And now we are cutting across to some live visuals coming in from the G20 summit in the Argentinian capital of Buenos Aires. Leaders of 19 of the world's biggest economies have congregated for this crucial summit, and they're all set for a photo session. A group photo is all set to be clicked. US President Donald Trump in an animated conversation with Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe over there. Prime Minister Modi standing right behind Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, right next to Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. And US President Donald Trump is flanked by French President Emmanuel Macron to his right and Shinzo Abe to his left. And there is UK's Prime Minister Theresa May as well in the front row. Time now to say cheers as the world's biggest leaders pose for a group photograph. They're all waving at the cameras. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan is also there. Round of applause. Live visuals coming to you. The G20 summit in the Argentinian capital of Buenos Aires is officially underway with this photo session.
Con los representantes de los países.
We're bringing to you non-stop coverage of the G20 summit in Argentina. World is One is bringing you some exclusive coverage on ground, and these are the latest visuals. There you can see Shinzo Abe, Prime Minister of Japan, all smiles with US President Donald Trump in an animated conversation. British Prime Minister Theresa May also in attendance, along with French President Emmanuel Macron. It's a crucial summit. Lots on the table. Prime Minister Modi from India standing right behind Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, and right next to Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Terror and climate change are on top of this year's agenda, this G20 summit's agenda. And it's now officially underway. Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman also in attendance.
El señor presidente de la nación argentina, Mauricio Macri, con los representantes de los países.
And we have Christine Lagarde of the International Monetary Fund as well standing, along with other global leaders for that group photo that they have taken. World leaders have indeed arrived. These now are live visuals of the opening session. Shaktikanta Das from the Indian government there on your screens. All smiles as the G20 summit gets underway. The opening session is set to get underway minutes from now. These are live visuals. There you go. Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison in conversation with US President Donald Trump. Both of them smiling. All smiles and handshakes at the G20 summit in Argentina, in Argentina's capital, Buenos Aires. Christine Lagarde of IMF, International Monetary Fund too, in an animated conversation. All world leaders seem to be in a really good mood, but they do have a lot of serious business and serious talking to do over the next 3 to 4 days. It's a packed schedule for India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He will be holding bilateral meetings and trilateral meetings, more importantly, at this G20 summit. US President Trump, along with his daughter Ivanka Trump, Chinese President Xi Jinping. India is set to do a balancing act between US, Japan, Russia and China, holding trilateral meetings with these two sets of countries, US and Japan on one hand and Russia and China on the other. Meanwhile, lots of pressure on Russia as Donald Trump has cancelled his meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin at this G20 summit because of the Black Sea standoff. Western powers voicing the support for Ukraine. There you go. The man we were talking about, Russia's President Vladimir Putin, sitting and getting on with business. he has shrugged off this entire incident about the cancellation of the meeting with Donald Trump. Amidst all of that, the G20, ladies and gentlemen, is set to get underway moments from now, and we're bringing you live latest visuals of the opening session, of the opening plenary, so to speak. All the world leaders just a few minutes ago posed for a group photo. All smiles, handshakes. There you go. Britain's Prime Minister Theresa May also there. We have World is One's principal diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sibbal now joining us live. Siddhant, the opening plenary session of this G20 summit set to get underway any moment now.
Well, yes, the photo op has happened. We were expecting the photo op to happen very soon, and we saw those uncomfortable moments and also comfortable moment. We saw the Indian Prime Minister in the second row. He, of course, standing next to the South Korean leader. But Donald Trump standing between the French President Macron and the Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. But something that was being focused is whether there will be any handshake or any even eye contact between the Turkish President Erdogan and the Saudi Arabian Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. That, of course, didn't happen. We saw how they were kind of trying to evade each other, and they, of course, were standing at the opposite ends at the photo op. And meanwhile, we also have an information that the German Chancellor Angela Merkel had missed the photo op. She hasn't able to arrive here in Buenos Aires because of some issues. She will be missing the first session, and the first session is due to start very soon, in which focus will be on consensus building. As we can see visuals from the plenary hall. This is the plenary hall where the leaders will be sitting for next 24 hours with breaks, of course, and discussing various issues that concern the world, whether it's developing a common approach on climate change or on the issue of trade wars.